Hey guys, Gene Wells here, unit 11d3. The difference today is we are giving you the volume. It says here that we have a cylindrical can shown below. It's got a height of 24 and a volume of 864 pi. So we're giving you the volume here. We want to know what's the radius. Well, just like we've been doing all unit, we're always going to write down the formula. So volume for a cylinder is pi r squared h. This time we know the volume. We're going to plug the volume in for V. So I'm going to plug in my 864 pi right here for V. And continue on. Pi is always pi. Radius, we don't know the radius, so we're going to leave that as r squared. And the height, we do know. The height is 24, so I'm going to plug in 24 right here for my height. I'm pretty much just going to solve this equation here. I'm looking for r. I want to get r all by itself. Well, right now, with the r, I've got a pi here, I've got a 24 here, and the squared. We'll worry about the squared last because the squared is connected to the r. But we can get rid of this pi and 24 pretty easy. Right now, they're being multiplied, so opposite operation says to divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 24 pi. Because this means the 24s will cancel out, the pi's will cancel out, and it leaves me just my r squared, so I'm almost down to r where I want to be. So here's r squared. My other side, these pi's also cancel out. And then all I need to do is take 864 and divide it by 24, and that gives me 36. So I've got 36 equals r squared. I don't want r squared, I want r. Now remember what squared means. Something times itself gives me 36. In other words, we could take the square root of r squared, or the square root of 36, because we know square roots and squares cancel out, giving me r, and the square root of 36 is 6. So my radius is 6 inches.
Alright guys, for number 2, there's no diagram with it, so first I'm going to read it and then I'm going to do a drawing. The volume of a cylindrical barrel is 2.5 cubic meters. If the radius of the barrel is 0.8 meters, what is the height of the barrel round to the nearest tenth? So the first thing I'm going to do is, it says a cylindrical barrel, so I'm going to draw my cylinder. It's definitely not fancy, but you get the idea. And I'm just going to start labeling. And let's see, so it says let the actual volume, so we know let V is going to equal 2.5 cubic meters. Not centimeters, but meters. So that would be m cubed. It also says let the radius is 0.8. Alright, so I know that my r is 0.8 meters. What it's asking me is what is the height of the barrel? So the height, I don't know yet. So first thing I do is put down my formula. V equals pi r squared times the height, and then it's just a matter of formula substitute and solve. I'm just going to substitute my volume. It says let it's 2.5. My pi I bring down. The radius is 0.8, and I'm going to square that, and what I'm looking for is the height. Alright, so when I plug this into my calculator, I just bring down my 2.5. My pi I'm going to leave there. 0.8 is really 0.64 times height. And now I'm going to divide both sides, because I want to get h by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by 0.64 times pi, and I'm going to do that to both sides. Now, what I usually do is I'll plug the 0.64, and I will multiply that by my pi button, and then you'll get a really big number. Write it down. I mean, who cares? You want to be as accurate as possible. So what you'll end up getting is something that looks like this. So you'll get 2.5 divided by, when I plug these two numbers in my calculator, when I punch in 0.64 and then I punch in the pi button, you will get a number that looks like this. So it'll be like 2.0106192982, so on and so forth, like 97486. When you do that to both sides, so this essentially is going to cancel out, and we're left with height. When you divide those two numbers, when you punch in 2.5 divided by 2.0106, so on and so forth, you'll end up with this big number, 1.243397, da-da-da-da-da-da. And it says in our directions to round to the nearest tenth, so you know the deal here. Underline my 10th digit, look to the number to the right, 4 below, leave it alone, 5 or above, give it a shove. It's 4, so I'm going to leave it alone. It's meters. And that's how you do that one, guys.